Hey there. Let's listen to the global voices in drones and development. These are a series of masterclasses, interviews, and discussion on the use of drones and drone-based technologies for sustainable development and social impact. So let's get started.
Yes, you can see. Thank you very much, Dr. Uchi. Good morning to everyone again. Good afternoon to some of you who are in the evening or afternoon. My name is Radji Tiamiyou, and I'm the director of Senegal Flying Labs. Today, we're going to share with you, first of all, who we are, but as well share with you a pilot project we did in collaboration with our partners from the Ministry of Environment in Senegal. On a specific request that they had, and then we had the opportunity to share our experience and test the use of drone technology. Next, please. Yeah, so as I said, the activity we did was really to see the role of UAS in conservation and biodiversity. One of the challenges the Ministry of Environment in Senegal and most Ministry of Environment in the Sahel region in West Africa was as part of some indicators that they actually work on to count accurately the bird species in the region and provide this information to the international community as part of a consortium that work on these projects in the world. And some partners like BirdLife International and supports them to be able to do this counting once in the year, and it's the global activities across many continents to provide the accurate data on the situation in each country. Unfortunately, from their experience, they have been doing a kind of counting or census, but they really don't have the accurate data because of some major issues that we're going to share a little bit further. So before we dive into the details, we are Senegal Flying Lab, a local center based in West Africa. I'm actually speaking to you right now, not from Senegal, but from Benin Republic, another country in our region. We are actually here to support the Benin Flying Labs. As you all hear since yesterday what the Flying Labs are about. We support each other, we learn from each other, and we build an ecosystem to support and advise the development institutions, governments in the use of technology, and specifically to speak about this technology, the drone technology, and softwares to provide, to collect data and use the data for decision making. And we do this in collaboration with many partners, just like Ruchi and her team do in India. We work a lot with partners, universities and local governments and central governments and regional partners to move this agenda. So I'm talking specifically about the activity and the project we did with the Ministry of Environment in Senegal as part of their, responsibility in providing data to the international community. The government got in touch with us, and then in collaboration with various departments of the ministry on the 15th of January, to call the Senegal Flying Lab team. We had many meetings with them to be able to plan this ahead of time, to know exactly what their needs are and how we can contribute into testing, because they strongly believe that drone technology has a role to play in the way they do their daily activities in the field, but they have not had any chance to test that out. And we were lucky enough to be, not only lucky, honored to be associated with this activity, which we did, and then this was in some sense was a success, because we were able to dig out some aspect of their needs and then provide advices to them. And today, as we speak, so, the ministry has introduced the use of drone into their workflow and then use them accurately, because we have not only proved that drones have the role to play, but also to support the field work. The challenge is, as I said, reliability on the bird population. They need to do a good sensor. So we selected few sites to be able to check and verify that we can prove this. The objective was to provide that information to the government and the specialists in the conservation and wildlife system. The project was also led by the department in charge of parks in Senegal, as well as the department in charge of marines areas. This project, as part of what we do as Flying Lab, we always want to see the links between what we do and the SDGs, which is something we really listed here. We're able to link that to the SDG 13 and SDG 15. So the approach we use during this activity was actually cut into 3 steps. The first step was to really agree with the ministry to make a first visit to the sites, to meet the communities, discuss with the local staffs of the ministry on the way they do their business as usual, how they do it before drones, to be able to learn from them the way they do their accounting, the way they do the census, the way they access the sites. And based on that pre-visit, we were able to come up with a strategy to provide not only videos, but also to do some mappings, because some of the discovery that we made during the pre-visit was that some sites were accessible to the authorities, to the field staff, to the people working in the site, but some were inaccessible to them. They used binoculars to be able to have a sense of what is happening in some few islands on the around the coast, but accessibility was a big challenge, and accuracy in data that they collect was also a big challenge. So we were able to come out with the data acquisition planning, a strategy that we vetted with them. We checked, we agreed that this was the way to go, and then after that, we did the analysis of the data. While we were using the drone to do the same exercise, we actually asked them to use their methodologies that they normally use to do the same exercise. Then we compared the 2 data. We compared both data to see at which end we can ameliorate the situation, at which end where can we try to fix issues that will be able to help in the objective of the ministry. And at the end of the day, the result came out that we could use the drone to do some part of the work that they really need to do. As you can see from the results, we were able to access some sites that really was not accessible to the ministry staff. So one of the major approach add-on that the drone brought into the equation was to be able to fly over some very difficult to access, risky sites and get the data that they need to get. So that was one. And the second one was we're able to now use the data to use, of course, in collaboration with our partners, use AI applications to be able to analyze the data and do the accurate counting. We use a Piece4D to do the mapping and analysis and provide the maps, but we use Pictera and Atlas to do the analysis on the AI platform. At the end of the day, what we could not really, we are still working on that, of course, in collaboration with them. After the whole exercise, the results on counting was good. The results on accessibility to difficult to access sites was also a positive one, but the characterization of different bird species was an issue. The bird species was really an issue. So we are still working with our local and regional colleagues in the Flying Lab network to see how we can together develop AI applications that will not only help us to count, but also to characterize various species of birds within a group of birds. That is a big challenge that we are still working on that we have not been able to achieve so far. I want to really acknowledge my team here. To be honest with you, the project that I just described, I really wasn't in the field. I was far away conducting and advising. I have two great ladies in my team that are really pushy and helping to make things happen. I know Ruchi is smiling because she knows Aja and Claude, who is one of our pilots as well. They were all involved. I wasn't available, I wasn't in the field, but the work was well done from the beginning of the planning stage to the execution stage was very great, and I want to acknowledge them in this presentation. Yeah, of course, acknowledgement to We Robotics, our main partners and supports, and also to the platform software and hardware partners who always are available to continue pushing the boundaries for us to achieve the objectives. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Tiam, for your presentation. My question to you,
thank you, Jim.
How did the birds behave when you flew over them?
Yeah, good question. The birds actually, that was also part of the exercise, the test exercise. We used various technology. We had about 4 different drones of different sizes during the exercise and flew, at different altitudes to be able to compare and see their behavior, because one of the objectives of the ministry was also to avoid, creating problems and making noises to the birds. So we actually fly very high and slowly come low to see whether the birds will be disturbed. So during the process, one of the results was also the type of technology, the type of drones that would be advisable to use for such exercises. So that was also part of the results we provided. Thank you for the question.
Thank you so much for being a part of a conference. And we hope to keep inviting you again and again, because you have some really nice case studies that we can all learn from. Keep doing the amazing work, not just in West Africa, but all over Africa and all over the world. All the best to you, Tiam.
Thank you very much, Dr. Uchi, and thank you for listening in.
Hey there! Thank you for listening to Global Voices in Drones and Development. We will be releasing at least 1 new episode every week, and that would be on a Saturday. So please do tune in. And you're most welcome to join the Global Alliance on Drones and Development, where we would be having podcasts, videos, masterclasses, meetings, discussions, and much more. So see you around. Thank you for listening.